Hi, so this video is about perception. So what I'd like to talk about is how I think that perception that can help well-being as well as hinder it. So the first thing I'd like to discuss is just my view on what perception is. So in terms of in an experiment or in a little trial that I did, I wanted to see how, given one instruction, how a group of people would react to one instruction and sort of see what they come up with. So, for example, let's talk about perception first of all. So, perception is how I see something or how you might see something and perceive something. So, for example, if I said to you, here is a situation, you might perceive it in a different way to how I perceive it, or you might see a picture and say, well, actually, I interpret this to mean this, and so on. So, it's almost how you feel. My point of why it's an important topic when it comes to personal well-being and mental health is that sometimes people do not perceive other people's issues or experiences as anything that is serious or is meaningful for many reasons, known to them. However, what I'd like to point out is that sometimes you can't say that somebody who suffers with depression, for example, is suffering any less than anybody else. So if somebody goes to work and they turn up and they dress up and they look great and they seem okay, it doesn't mean that they're not going through depression, because it's just a front. Some people might not be able to handle it, and some people might be in bed and they can't get up, but it doesn't mean the one that is going to work is suffering any less than the one who's in bed, or vice versa. So that's what one of the reasons it sort of sparked this video. So in terms of perception, the easiest way I can break it down that I've used in my training concepts is, for example, I've got an orange, and I say to a group of people, the only instruction is 6 words. So change the appearance of the orange, 6 words. So those 6 words is, you can change the appearance of the orange. You can use, whatever creative. I can give you a set of tools, or I can get them to write it down. Now, every single person within that group, and with other groups as well, have come up with a different way. There's nobody that's as yet to date has had the same answer. So somebody made a mask out of it, somebody made a peel out of it, somebody made I think they put it on skewers, and some people made juice from it, some people just squashed it, some people just peeled it and ate it, and there's different answers for every single person that took part in this exercise. Now, my point being is, if I've given somebody a simple instruction, and I've given the same instruction to the same set of people, yet everybody's come back with a different response. Okay, so which tells me, which we all know, people have opinions, people have different opinions, but people perceive things in a different way. I could have this exact same orange, and not even different oranges, this exact same orange in front of them, and they've perceived my instruction in a different way, and then they've done that, and I've looked at, and I've been able to get 20 different responses for this orange, 20 different ways with one subject, but 20 different answers and 20 different outcomes. So if for a simple exercise this has happened, I wonder how people can say that, oh, this person's depression, although she's all right, she seems okay, she's got a house, she's got a car, or he's turning up to work and he's got girls and he's going out and he's doing this, that they're not suffering with depression or anxiety or whatever, because that's within. Okay, so that is one of the things that I really really like to put across when people challenge me and say, well, this can't be, they can't have been doing this, and I say, hang on a second, and then I challenge them upon that, because the thing is, it's not just because you're not feeling it, just because they're not showing it, that could be the worst possible feeling for them, and that's their tolerance level, and they're up here with, you know, they're above their tolerance level for how they feel. But then the other person could be feeling that, but their tolerance level could be up here. So it's all subjective, really, in a sense, and it's all what they've been exposed to before and how to handle it and how they cope with it and so forth. So perception is a massive part of understanding anything, not just mental health and personal well-being, but a part of understanding everything: communication, relationships, working relationships, working employees, supervisors, everything, the way you understand something and comprehend it. So we must take time to understand and explain things properly. So I think that's a huge thing, and I think I've got a written piece somewhere which I'm due to actually, I should really write up and post on the website, or I'll provide a link with this video when I work out how to do that, and get that posted, because I have written a bit more about perception, but I wanted to keep this video short and sweet. You will also find a couple of videos with the same sort of time, but what I've done is, rather than one large video, I've split it up into little bits so that you can get a little bit of an understanding of different subjects, different topics, and different things that I've come across in the last few months, few days, just to share that experience with you. Otherwise, what happens is they just don't get addressed, and they don't get aired, and I feel that it's important that some of these things get aired.